Okay, we're out here on location. Got the GW693 with me. Hopefully it sounds good because I got this little fluffy thing. It is extremely windy, but it's very beautiful out here. We'll find some nice compositions because color doesn't matter to us today because we got some black and white Cinestill XX. But later on, we're gonna be shooting some Cinestill 800T at the arcade. So stick along while we go on this ride and take some photos. And yeah, not sure how long this video is gonna be or how I'm gonna do the commentary. Maybe I'll do a talking head at the end. Who knows? Stick around, enjoy the photos, tell me which one's your favorite. Okay, so I'm gonna be shooting this hill. I found a nice little walkway kind of going up a hill with some trees on the side. Let's see if we can get it. All right, so my light reader is meeting 500 at 8, and let's do it. I want to make sure these trees are somewhat in focus. And okay, got a few more shots. I'm gonna head up the park a little bit more, just finish it out. I am shooting in 220 mode. Again, don't know if that's gonna affect it in any type of way, but let's keep shooting and finish this day up. So I found this cool corral out here and I was gonna go ahead and shoot it, but I'm all jammed up, which means my canister is full and we're at 12 shots. So hopefully those first couple shots did come out good and I didn't mess them up too much during that whole loading process. And let's go ahead and take this home, put it in that dark bag, retrieve this canister, manually hand wind the canister, and go ahead and put that 800T in so we could head out to the arcade tonight. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be talking much in that video, but let me know what photos you liked from it. What's up? Thank you again for tuning in. So today we're going to be talking about the Fujifilm GW693, and it is a 120 film camera, but today we're going to be putting some 35mm film in it. And the way we're going to accomplish that is by using this adapter that I picked up off of Etsy for about $7. It's cheap 3D printed plastic, but it's going to get the job done. So you might ask yourself, why do you want to shoot 35mm in a 120 film camera? It's because I want these cool sprocket holes in my scans. Now, my place that I sent off to get these things developed does not send back scans with the sprocket marks. So I'm gonna ask them to develop it and send me back my negatives. I'm gonna scan them myself and we're gonna go ahead and get these holes with a 6x9 negative, so it's gonna be really large and it'll give us that pano effect. So hopefully I can find some cool landscapes, get some nice photos with this. And today we're gonna be starting off with a black and white Cinestill XX. Never shot this before. I'm gonna throw a yellow filter on it with it today. So we're gonna go ahead and start it off with that. And then in order to take it out of the camera, I have to use a dark bag. This is my dark bag, and it comes in very handy because when I take out the film, it's gonna expose it to light. So you gotta use this bag, pop it out, rewind the film in the dark, and then you got your whole full exposed roll ready to go to get developed, or if you're going to develop yourself. And then you move on to the next roll. So then we're gonna shoot Cinestill 800T tonight when we go to the arcade, because my daughters want to go to the arcade. So we're gonna go head over there, take a picture of all the cool neon, and yeah. So let me go ahead and show you how to load up this 35mm canister in this 120 film camera. So let's pop this camera open. We're gonna load up this Cinestill XX, and the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna put the long side in there and the nubby side in that side. So then we're gonna have our film like so. I'm gonna flip it like this so it stays up on the lens, and then we're gonna make sure that's opened up. So once this is popped out, we know this whole thing is opened up. Lock it into place. So you know it's locked into place once. You kind of gotta just jiggle it around. There you go. Okay, so we're in now. So we got this one locked in. We're gonna stretch it out. We're stretching it out. Oh, we don't got nothing. We gotta put this guy right here. All right, so same thing. Make sure that's there. I'm gonna put this in. This one's a little tight, but so this one kind of gotta work. So maybe I should have waited.
Move this man!
Alright, so line up, make sure that's the straight part, and then we kind of gotta like wiggle this in. Alright, and then same thing, this is locked in, and then we want to try to use as little of the film to actually get it going, because we want to save it. Alright, and then we want to make sure it's tight too, for sure.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way! Yeah.
Look it through the camera. At the actual. Alright, and there's actually little hooks in there, as you can see right there. There's a hook. So once it actually starts going, it'll start. You just got to get it started on that first initial hook. Alright. Happy I cut my nails today. Alright, I think we're catching right there. Alright, I'm going to give it one more just to make sure. Kind of feels loose. I don't want to have a fat roll. We're going to go with it. I think that's enough tension. So we'll go ahead and close it up. Lock it in. So last time I did it, I threw it into 220. If I can get it to go. I'm gonna break it. Maybe because I'm in between a turn. There you go. Oh, I don't know. So it's not letting me go to 16, 220. Don't know why. And we're not going to find out today. So we're going to keep it right there on the 128 exposures. So the last time I did it, I put it in the 16 220 exposure, and then that way I was just able, I felt comfortable with the counter. Like, see, I don't know why the counter's at 10 right now. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let me figure this problem out and we will go from there. Okay, so I figured out the issue. I locked in that button at the bottom before I should have, because as I was winding it to tighten it up, it was making the counter stop. So I had to open it up. I just kind of rewound what was already exposed, and then tightened it back up, got that counter back to 1. I threw it in the 220 setting just so I could get that counter to go up to 16 exposures. I don't know if it really changes anything, but I guess we'll find out today, right? Yeah, so 220, 16 exposures. I might have lost 2 just because of this whole little incident, but let's go outside, find some nice landscapes. Let's get this pano going with this 6x9 negative. up. Right there.
Arcade mode.
Look at what I got. So today, my film strips came in. See these things? Boom. We got those sprocket marks right there. This is the black and white. We got some color right there. So let's go ahead and throw these into this scanner. We're gonna upload them onto VueScan. So let's go ahead and get this started. Got some gloves, we got our negatives, we got a blower, a few microfiber cloths. Trying to keep as much dust as I can off of this. If we get some, I could take it out later, but let's try to be as clean as possible. Got my little film slicer right here, and then we got this sketchy piece of glass, and it is sketched glass or etched glass or something like that, because one side is a glossy side and the other side is not glossy, and that just kind of helps prevent some of those Newton rings. I used to get Newton rings in a lot of my comic books that I got graded, and I didn't know about this whole glass system thing with the scanning too, and that's kind of how I got introduced into the Newton rings, was through comic books, but it's kind of a problem with film photography too. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on top of the film negative so we could get our sprocket marks. And I usually put them in an actual like bracket system and it'll hold the film negatives, but we went the whole negative on this one. So let's go ahead and go forward and I'll show you how I do this. Do I use gloves all the time? No. Why am I using them right now? Because I'm shooting a video. These are our negatives. Those are our black and whites right there. Look at those. Look at how wide. Look at how wide. Let's go. These are really cool. Let's check those out. Ooh, okay. There we go. I've never gotten it in like a strip form like this before. Other than when I get like Super 8 video back, but like I've never gotten 35mm uncut from a lab. So I don't know if I'm taking this out proper. If you guys think this is horrible, go ahead and let me know. But I've never done it like this before. All right, we are gonna do, let's do 2 at a time. We could probably get away with 3, but let's do 2. We got this one. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this, and let's see what these 2 look like. Okay, so let's get it prepped for the negatives. Do a little bit of wiping down. I did clean it earlier. Let's use the blower, get whatever we can off. I cleaned this already, but let's just blow off whatever else has fell on it. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our negative, and we're gonna place the glossy side down first, and then we're gonna grab the non-glossy side of the glass and put that towards the glass. So we're gonna put our negative right there in the middle. VueScan will kind of pretty much pick up where it's at. I like to throw it at the edge and kind of just adjust, because it really doesn't matter. It just needs to be pretty much flat all the way around. And that looks pretty much in the middle to me, pretty straight. And make sure it's all covered under the glass. All right, that looks good. Let's close it up. Is it turned on? Now it's turned on. All right, so this printer was made in 2003. It did not have any supportive Epson programming. It's a Epson Perfection 3200 photo. it gets the job done. It's cool. It's a little bit slow, but VueScan speeds it up for me. I got it all set up for black and white already. Let me take off these gloves for right now. All right, so we got this all set up, and make sure the camera's cool. All right, so we got it all set up. We're gonna do a preview scan. I do it at the smallest resolution at a preview scan because I just want to see it. I want to make sure it captured the image and we know where all the crop points are going to be so we could crop where we want it. So it is going to take a little bit of time. This is the first time that the scanner is running right now, so there's a little warm-up period, and yeah, so we wait. So we have our images right here. It tried to do auto points of it, but as you could tell, it didn't do too well. But usually VueScan's pretty good. As far as I could tell right now, without me getting too close to the screen or trying to blow these up, I don't see any Newton rings happening, so there shouldn't be any distortion. These should just be pretty good scans. I'm gonna go ahead and start to cut the color film and then start prepping that one, and we'll get all these scans finished up. Okay, so I got my demo images scanned in. You guys saw all the final ones throughout this video, but let's work with these four. I got 2 black and white, and I got 2 Cinestill 800 color. So I'm gonna go ahead and convert them. It's Control N on a Mac. That's gonna prompt up Negative Lab Pro. You also gotta get Negative Lab Pro separately, but Negative Lab Pro will pop up. It's black and white already set up. I'm gonna go ahead and convert it. And it should give me just a basic conversion of my scan. And there you go, we got our image right there. And there is kind of little presets, so cinematic rich usually is pretty good. And then I'll just adjust the highlights and the shadows, so I'll drop that down. And you know what, that looks really good. Very cinematic, just old movie style, very nice. I really like the sprocket marks. It just ties it in. Very, very nice. And let's see this next one. Control N. Black and white. Convert. And this one looks like it's looking over Mauna Loa. But it's kind of just all blended together. I kind of like how you can see the Cinestill black and white XX. Sorry for my rooster popping off in the back. We got cinematic rich. We're gonna mess with these highlights a little bit, kind of just get some separation between the mountain, the bushes, and the grass, and then drop that down a little bit so we can see some clouds. And I think that looks really nice. Especially, yeah, I like the title up there. It just kind of makes it fit with the sprocket marks. Let's move on to the color. So I had some issues when scanning this. I'll have them fixed by the time this video's out, so you've seen all the completed photos already. So let's go ahead and convert this. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna use, let's go with Noritsu. And so it gives you options for Noritsu or Frontier on Negative Lab Pro. Yeah, it looks weird, kind of like Lomo purple. I don't know why VueScan gave it like a blue tint, but let's see what it looks like, because it kind of actually looks pretty cool, but this isn't what I was going for. Throw some cinematic rich on it, drop the highlights down a bit, and honestly it looks pretty cool. Here, I'll throw it up. And yeah, I like it. It's not what I wanted, but looks pretty cool. So we'll leave it like that, and I'm guessing this is going to be very similar. So Noritsu, convert, and then let's do the same thing. Yeah, looks weird in purple. Cinematic rich, darken it up a bit, and that looks weird but cool. So I like it a lot. Yeah, I enjoy this whole sprocket look, and how we could get a cool pano image out of putting 35 in a medium format camera. Will I do this all the time? Probably not, but I do have some expired film, and this might be a cool way to kind of run through that. So yeah, going forward, I might throw that expired film, and that's kind of how you might see this, kind of more with the sprocket marks coming from me. But this was fun. You guys should try it out. The little adapters, you can find them on Etsy. It's 35mm to 120 adapters, super cheap. Try it out. Fun way to do this like medium format thing. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Not sure how long this video was, but thank you for staying this long. Appreciate it. See you next time.